Hello guys, this is Colin and this is ColinTCrypto. I'm going to share with you something that's very exciting. Something very big happened today for EOS, and that's that the EOS Referendum System just went live within the past 24 hours. And in this video, I'm going to explain what this means, and I'm going to show you how to vote with the referendum system on proposals. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so EOS Canada was very instrumental in the creation of the referendum system that we now have on EOS. And here's their tweet. They said, "A long journey to get to this point, but we at EOS Canada are very proud to know that the EOS community has adopted our smart contract to be the foundation for the first on-chain governance solution for blockchain." And we have this article, and you'll see there are a lot of teams that are involved in this. As they said, EOS Canada was instrumental in the creation of the smart contract itself. We have these 3 EOS Canada members who wrote the contract, but we also have contributions from EOS Nation, Bitgate, Karma, GreyMass, Fractal, and EOS Nation. So it was quite a community effort. All right, so what is a referendum system? Essentially, it's a way to vote for proposals. Prior to this, individual token holders had no direct way to vote for proposals other than voting for block producers who could then in turn vote for things or put things into place. But now that's all changed, and EOS token holders can now directly vote for proposals. So this is extremely exciting, and already there's a large number of proposals on the table and tons of people voting on them. And so let's read this. The EOS referendum system is live, and for the first time ever, token holders have the opportunity to directly influence the direction of the network. After months of hard work by members of the community, 15 out of 21 top block producers have approved the deployment of the referendum smart contract to the eosio forum system account. And I found this really good explanation of the kinds of things you can do with a referendum vote on various proposals. So you can make a change to the EOS Constitution using this. You can make a change to the eosio code base. And it says, a referendum, if passed, should produce an actionable result to enact a change on the EOS mainnet, as decided by the EOS community. So let's take a look at some of the proposals and how to actually vote. So personally, I've found 2 sites that I like the most. There's quite a few, and I have them listed in the description for where you can view the proposals and where you can vote. Blocks.io, in my opinion, has the easiest and smoothest interface. Also, EOS Authority has a really good interface and a few more features, for example, showing you the breakdown of who's voting for what in the pie of votes. But for the ease of voting, I'm going with blocks.io. So go to blocks.io, and then under their menu, click on Vote. Under the submenu down here, then click on Referendums. And you will see all the current proposals that are up for vote. And it's already growing in the past couple of hours. This has only been up for less than 24 hours. And you'll see, for example, on this first one, it looks like they're sorted by number of tokens voted. 5 million tokens have voted for this particular proposal, which is delete the ECAF. And I'll go through some of these in a bit and show you whether I'm for or against them. But just so you know, we need 15% of token holders to vote before a proposal goes live. And 15% of tokens is approximately 150 million tokens. So that gives you a perspective of how much 5 million is out of 150 million. We have a little ways to go. But again, it's only been a day, and we have to get the word out on how to vote, which is what I'm doing here. Also, there's a very cool kind of informational chart, and I'm going to go through this with you guys. So it's called EOS Referendum, and it says the EOS Referendum System is a tool to enable EOS token holders to vote on proposals with their staked tokens. That's a key point here. You must have your tokens staked to be able to vote in the referendums. If you have 1,000 tokens and you have only 50 of them staked, you'll only be able to vote with 50 weight. So if you want to vote more, stake more. And it says it's up to you to craft proposals and vote on them. So anyone's free to propose a proposal. And your elected BPs will ratify the past referendum proposals. And so how it works is we vote and the BPs put it into action. And if the BPs for some reason didn't put it into action, we would remove our votes for those BPs. So it's a checks and balances system where the voters ultimately have the final say. So, but the BPs will look at the votes, see that it's passed, and then they should and will enact the proposals, or will remove our votes for them. And the way it works here is there's a couple of notes here that are very important. So it says important, a 10% advantage must be sustained for 30 consecutive days. Make sure you keep your tokens staked until the referendum you care about is decided. So not only do you have to have 15% of the total EOS tokens voting for a proposal, whether it's yay or nay, but you also have to have a 10% advantage of the winning side of the vote. So if it's 55% versus 45%, that's not quite enough. You'd need probably 56 versus 44% for and against to make it happen. So you have to have a greater than 10% spread on the votes for it to pass. All right, and I should take this opportunity to announce that I have become a vote proxy. And I had thought about this for a while, and I decided to go through with it, especially now that we have referendums and vote proposals going up. And so if you would like to have me vote for you on your behalf, I will be happy to. You may vote for my proxy. It's ColinTCrypto. That's my EOS account name. And that's the proxy with which I will use to vote for block producers and for proposals on the referendum system. And so I'll put all that information in the description below if you want to look it up. So let's go through some of these proposals, and actually I'm going to vote for them live with you right now on the video. Okay, so I haven't voted for any of these with my ColinTCrypto account yet, and I'm going to do so right now. All right, guys, and I'm going to be using my Ledger Nano S to do this because I like to be very secure. You don't have to, of course, but you do have to use scatter currently. That's the only way I've found to be able to vote for these proposals. GreyMass's EOS voter wallet will very soon support voting the referendum, but as of the time of this video, Scatter is the only one that functionally operates for voting, and so that's what I'll be using in this video. And so I've got my Scatter wallet opened to the newest version, 10.1. You have to use 10.1 or later to make this work of Scatter. And here's my account, ColinTCrypto. So, and I've got it, you can see my account name right here at the top, ColinTCrypto. So now you can see that Blocks.io is linked with my Scatter account, whether that's my Ledger or not, either way, but you need your account showing up there. And so let's just do this first one here, delete EOS Core Arbitration Forum. And you can click on it and get some more information. You can also get a graph of the voting history daily to see how it has changed. And the red is against, and the green is for, and the dotted green line is the minimum, that 10% vote we need, that difference between the no's and the yeses, and you can see we're well above it with the yes votes. So this so far is passing, and if we get that 15% of total EOS tokens voting, it will pass. So I'm going to vote for this. I think that I do want to delete the ECAF forum. I don't like what I've been hearing about how they've been interacting with block producers, and it seems like they're sort of, I don't know, it's just getting kind of weird for various reasons. So I'm going to approve the deletion of the ECAF. And so I click approve, and what happens is my Scatter window pops up here. This is really easy, guys. And so I'm going to click allow. You can see that this is my account here. So I'm clicking allow, and on my device, so now I've actually got my Ledger Nano S right here, and you'll see that it's saying I want to perform this function. And so I'm going to click the button here to approve that. And you'll see that we have a successful transaction, and that's it. I just voted approve on this deletion proposal. So now let's go back. I don't know if you can see, but it's green here. You'll see a little green thumbs up instead of just two black ones. That means I have now voted for that. Okay, so again, this was my ColinTCrypto proxy account. So if you want me to do the due diligence and vote for you, I definitely will. So let's do another one here. Should the voting weight be changed to 1 token, 1 vote? If you watched my previous video from yesterday, my EOS Mega Update Volume 16, I am very much in favor of 1 token, 1 vote. It ceases to allow block producers to form conglomerates, and it breaks that 30 multiplier, that 30x multiplier of manipulation, where they can not only vote for themselves, but they can kind of sell their votes, or literally sell their votes out to other block producers in exchange for them voting back to them. So they can really keep themselves in the top 21 when it's really just a pure manipulation of the voting system. And so currently we have a 1 token equals 30 votes, but I'm going to approve this because I want to have 1 token equals 1 vote. And that encourages block producers to vote for themselves only and no one else, and it levels the playing field. So again, I'm clicking allow, and on my Ledger Nano S, I'm clicking the approve, making sure that it says what it's supposed to say, and there it is, success. I have now just voted on 2 proposals. And so you can see how we're going to go through this one by one. So I'll just quickly go through a few more of them. This is investing with the differences proposal. It says remove vote decay for proxy if proxy votes regularly. And I need to think about that some more. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. You know, what if a token holder passes away and he no longer is alive, and forevermore will his votes, should his votes be votable by the proxy even though he's passed away for the past 10 years? That's the only stipulation that I'm not sure about. Otherwise, I think it sounds pretty good. So I'm not going to vote on that one just yet. I'm going to make sure I'm educated before I vote on these. And it says, should we burn accumulated unused inflation, that 4% sitting in the EOS savings account? Absolutely. There's 22.5 million EOS tokens locked up currently in that account. And so we need to burn that, get rid of it. And from what I've gathered in the community, that's pretty much the consensus. It's also showing it here that it is the consensus right on the webpage. So I just approved that, and there we go, success. I've just voted for another one. And you can see 94 for that, 6% against that. So it's heavily weighted in favor of removing the 4% savings. Okay, and I'm just going to vote for a few other of these right now with you watching. I believe I could whitelist this so it's a faster process, but I'm just going to do it manually one by one here. I'm going to vote no on inverse weighted voting because we're not going to need that if we have 1 token, 1 vote. And the whole inverse weighted voting thing, it seems susceptible to manipulation. It's better than nothing for Telos, but I think actually the best thing is 1 token, 1 vote as in place by EOS Force. All right, and the rest of these look like they might just be kind of test ones. So there you go. That's an example of voting with the Scatter wallet using blocks.io. And I'll just show you real quick EOS Authorities page because it's also very good. So here, each one of these big blocks is one of those proposals, and they show the votes down here, and you can click on it to get more information. And the thing I like about EOS Authorities page is that when you scroll down, you can actually see a pie chart breakdown of who's voting for this particular proposal. And you can see, for example, that Investing with a Difference has currently 57% of the vote, and the next biggest is EOS Titan. And you can actually hover your mouse over this and see all the way down to very, very small voters who has actually voted for this proposal. So it's a nice visualization to see who's doing what. So that's one of the features I really like from EOS Authorities page. And again, you can vote by clicking yes here, no there, and you must be linked with Scatter on both of these pages. Okay guys, that's about it. I'm just going to go over a couple of very important notes that I encountered along the way to help you out. So as I said, you must have Scatter version 10.1 or higher. GreyMass EOS Voter is coming soon with support, but not yet. You must have your tokens staked if you want to vote with them. And here's some key things for voting with a Ledger Nano S. So first of all, you have to make sure your EOS app is updated to the latest version 1.2 from the Ledger Live Manager. And you have to have, and this is super important, on the device itself, you have to have arbitrary data turned on. In fact, I'm going to show you that right now. So on my device, here's settings. Let's see if I can get this here. I'm doing it backwards, so bear with me. There's arbitrary data. I'm in the EOS app, and you have to have that on yes. If it's not on yes, your transaction will fail, okay? So there you go. It took me some tech support to figure that out, and I'm just passing that along to you guys. Lastly, if you're voting for a proxy, here's how it works. By default, they will vote for the BPs and the referendums with your tokens. You can literally do nothing, and that proxy will vote for not only the referendums, but also the BPs. However, the question arose, well, what if I want to vote for some of the referendums, but I still want the proxy to vote for all their BPs? You can do that. How it works is you will override the proxy if you manually vote. So for example, if that BP voted for 10 referendum proposals, and you didn't like one of them, or you just wanted to manually vote for one of them, you can do so. And it will override the proxy on that one proposal, and all 9 of the other ones will still be voted the way that proxy voted, and all the BP votes will still happen. So you have a lot of flexibility here. You don't have to feel like you have to go with everything that the proxy does for you. You can manually change 1 or 2 referendum votes as you go. And Rohan from EOS Authority verified this. He says, if you vote on a proposal, your vote overrides your proxy's vote, irrespective of how the proxy votes or when you vote for a proxy. And here are some of the locations where you can vote for proposals, and I'll have these listed in the description below. And that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you for watching. Please share this. Please get the word out to vote. It's very important that we do. There are some very, very important proposals happening. We're finally going to be able to make some big, significant changes on EOS.io that we've been waiting for a long time. So thank you very much for joining me. And again, please remember, vote for ColinTCrypto as your proxy. Have a great night.